Right, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
Okay, and what we're going to do is just going to have a chat, okay, for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we'll go over maybe what the issue is that you're having trouble with, and we'll talk through. We'll talk it through and see where it brings us. Okay.
Okay.
Just at the outset, I just want to show you that anything that you say is confidential during the course of it. Won't go any further than two of us here today.
Okay.
I said we're going to have about 15 minutes, and it's only really a chat that we're going to have. I'm not going to be giving any advice or anything like that, but just we'll talk and see where it brings us. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So the first thing I just want to lay out is what the topic is that we're going to discuss, what the issue is that you have, and whatever it is. Can you tell me about that?
At the moment, it's work related, and I'm a bit frustrated in work. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I need to leave my job. I don't know if I need a fresh start, or I'm just frustrated in the job. People I'm working with. I don't know how to manage it. I don't know what to do.
All right. So a little bit desperation.
Yeah,
You're kind of stuck and you don't know where to go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we're going to discuss. Okay, your issue in work and whatever problems you have with people there. So at the end of this chat, what do you hope to get out of it? What do you see as the goal at the end of this?
Enlightenment. Enjoy a job or the job that I'm in.
Okay.
To enjoy it because I used to.
So you want to just trash out your issue and maybe get to some clarity at the end of it as to where you want to be and
refocus. I'm not focused at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why are you not focused at the moment?
I really enjoyed my job at one stage, and now I don't. I'm really frustrated in work.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do.
So what's happened? Has anything happened lately that's caused you to
I would say it's something to do with my boss. I'd say it's the lack of management in my office. Supervision. You have to be self-motivated to get the job done, and if you're not, you're just left to do nothing, which is great for other people, but then the workload is put on me.
Right.
And I have no problem doing work, and there's one or two people in my office that they're grafters, but if you don't do anything all day, it's not noticed.
Okay.
And there's loads of work to be done, and it's a bit frustrating that the work is piled on them for me or for somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
My boss isn't aware of how to manage, or isn't able to instruct or monitor the workload in the office, and that is really frustrating.
Okay, so it's a sense of frustration that the workload is not being done.
Yeah.
And you feel you're getting burdened with the lion's share because of it?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long has this going on? When did this start?
I'd say when he started working with us about 2 years ago. I took an awful lot of the work on that he didn't do, but I thought he'd take it as a management role. He had to learn, and that's fine. But he doesn't. I would do an awful lot of his paperwork. I would do all of his paperwork. I do all his typing.
Okay.
He dictates what to type. I would type it, and then he'd come over and he'd dictate over my shoulder. Literally, there's 2 spaces in that word. It's only 1 space, and I'm like, oh my god.
Okay.
So would micromanage the stuff that doesn't need to micromanage, that I've been doing for 5 years, but doesn't know how to manage his office, and it's really frustrating. So I'm not enjoying it at all. I joined the job to help probationers, and at the moment I'm not. In my mind, I'm just doing paperwork, and that's not what I joined it for.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is that this is a job you've done for quite some time, but in the last few years, because of the new manager, things have changed for you, obviously.
Yeah.
And you feel that he's not pulling his weight.
Yeah.
And you're getting more of it, and it's a problem for you.
Yeah.
Okay. How real is the problem for you?
Well, at the moment now, I've gone from really stressed, really doing massive, staying on, doing loads of overtime, doing loads of work, or even toiling at this moment, to not caring.
Right.
So I'm letting my work slack, like I'm really doing less in work, because if he doesn't care, why am I caring? Why am I putting pressure on myself if nobody else notices? And that's what I don't want. That's what's annoying me now, because I don't want to be that person. I want to do a good job. A few balls have dropped in work recently, and I was like, that's because I allowed him to do it.
Okay.
And then, I can't. Do you know, that's really annoying, and I know that's really bad to say about somebody, but it's really like, oh my god, I'll take ownership of that again. I'll take ownership of that again, because I know it'll be done properly, and everyone knows it's done properly. So I need to care more. I need to get back focused. I need to have an interest again. That's what I want.
So this seems to be a real problem for you insofar as it's taken away from your work ethic to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You've been more or less dragged down into not caring because of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And And you say you want to take responsibility back for stuff.
Yeah.
How much of this is your responsibility?
Well, if I want the job done properly, if I want the office run to a good standard, I have to be involved. Like, I would not take 4 weeks off during the summer because I know that I have to come back after 2 weeks because I know loads of stuff won't be done. And balls will be dropped, probationers will be, you know, dropped, things, classes will be done, booked, classes won't be done, people will be...
So your role and how you work affects other people as well?
Yeah.
You're in a training environment?
Yes.
So if you don't do the job, other people are suffering as well?
Well, the probationers are.
Okay.
It's not the lads in my office. They're not the ones
Yeah.
that suffer. It's actually the probationers.
Right.
They're not actually getting the right information sent out to them, or people are forgetting, oh, that chap was extended, oh, we forgot about him, we didn't involve him in the class, we didn't get... And it's like, that can't happen. That honestly just can't...
Okay.
To me, that just can't happen.
So you feel this is your responsibility?
Yeah.
And how much of this is actually your responsibility?
I would say it's the supervisors, he's the sergeant, he gets paid for that role, and that's where I was given less of a care, right? You know, like I was like, stop now, this isn't, you have a job to do, do what you need to do to tick the box, but don't do everything.
Okay.
But like, do you know, it's very tough.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I see, I hear it, yeah, you're frustrated and
Yeah.
you're okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how big a problem is this for you?
At the moment it's a 7.
Right.
I used to be a 10 or 11, I'd be coming home here, I'd be very, very stressed.
Okay.
And now I don't talk about work. I don't care.
Alright.
I don't care as much as I did before. Like my colleague in work, stressed up to the nines, hates work. Hates coming to work. Where I love my job. I do love working the hours I work. I do love helping to probationers. It's just the workload.
So, whereas you say it's not waning at the moment,
Yeah.
because you've kind of given up, worried about it, that's a problem in itself.
Yeah.
That's creating another issue for you, is it?
Yeah, I need to...
The fact that you don't care is an
Yeah.
issue for you.
Yeah, it is, personally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
because I'd hate to be that person that she's attached to that crap office. Sure, they can't organise anything. Sure, the emails they take out, or the emails they send out, there's no point to them. Don't take any heed because they're rubbish.
Okay.
There has to be substance to them. Like, there was an email sent out today, and my boss sent it out, involved with the city, and there was 6 phone calls within a few minutes. I've missed information, I've 6 going that day, and I said, what happened? What just happened? And the civilian went, we sent out the email about class, and I went, that class changed, lads. That changed 6 weeks ago. Here's what's on the board. But then they put, there was 2 intakes in the class in one day, all because do you know what I mean? They didn't look. It's all on a board. It's not in my head. It's all on a board to look at, but they didn't look at it. So they double booked the class, and so they had, I'm going to say, 30 odd probationers off their units, and all the sergeants were going mad, saying, I can't allow all this probationers being missing off the units because we can't allow it.
Okay.
And which is understandable. That's why we don't have 2 classes in one day.
Alright.
But that's why I kind of need to be a little.
So all these inefficiencies they're creating issues not just for you, for other people
This
as well.
is the division, yeah. Sergeants under pressure. What do you mean you need 4 off my unit? They're on an early and I don't have it. Do you know, like, so it is important.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you're in a situation now where you've lost a bit of mojo for the job.
Yeah.
You see it as being inefficient.
Yeah.
You have taken responsibility for some of it, but there's too much going on at the moment for you to manage yourself.
Yeah.
Would that be right?
There's too much to be left to just one person. There has to be ownership taken off a certain role. Or the 2 cities, like there's a civilian in the job that should be doing 90% of what I'm doing. That's what that civilian should be doing. But Jenny's on his phone 90% of the time. Like, he's on the phone literally all day. And that's why he's there, to do administration. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what his role should be. Where I should be back in the class. And I think that's where I should be.
Okay, and what have you done already in relation to this? Have you done anything to tackle this issue already?
No, not too much now, because I don't want to be a rat. I don't want to be like, oh my god, too full on. I do think my boss needs to be fully aware. I think he's oblivious.
Right.
Completely oblivious. 2 people are on the phone all day, and he's unaware that they do nothing. I don't understand that.
Right.
I don't understand it.
Okay, so you're recognising what goes on in the office environment, and it's not up to your standard of what you think it should be. But you've taken no action to date so far?
No.
Okay, alright, okay. And you've already outlined already that in some ways you're responsible for the workload, but not so much as the not responsible really for the issue that you're dealing with.
No, not the issues.
Okay.
I shouldn't. I personally don't think that should be my role.
Okay.
Maybe a bit of it, a smaller part of it, but not all of it.
Okay. Well, let me just say, if you had a get out of jail card out today, and someone gave you an opportunity to just make things better, how would it look?
The civilian would do all administration.
Okay.
All of it, and actually work. Instead of going missing for 3 or 4 hours during the day as well. There would be work would be divided out equally with the staff.
Okay.
The sergeant would be fully aware of what's going on, and we'd all be given an intake each, and we'd all deliver class. We'd all be involved in the training of probationers instead of me doing administration and not having. I haven't been in class, and I don't know how long.
Okay.
I haven't been involved in probation, so that's what.
And that's part of your role.
Yeah.
Okay. So ideally, what you just said is that the job roles would be given out to the people who have responsibility or should have responsibility in their functions.
Yeah.
And you'll be allowed to do what you should be doing, and everybody will be working.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what they get out of jail.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Right? So what we're going to do now is maybe explore some options that you might have.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, what you just said about giving people the responsibility and having proper function and role, okay? What options are there for you now to make that happen, to make that a reality?
Without being too much, I think that if I talked to my boss and just said, seriously, the civilian in the room needs to do all emails, all correspondence needs to be sent out. And if they have any questions, yeah, ownership of admin needs to go to the civilian.
Okay.
And then, can I go back into class?
All
Can
right.
I go up and do class again?
All right.
That's the plan. That'd be great.
So initially you're going to broach with him and present this as your way forward.
Yeah.
Have you any other options?
I could leave the job.
Is that a viable option?
Back to shift work. I don't know.
It's not attractive, I think, by your...
Shift work isn't attractive.
Okay, so that's not really an option, so is it?
I'd like traffic, but I don't think shift work would be good
Okay.
for me personally.
So that's relegated to a secondary option, really.
It's really like, if I really things don't book up here,
Okay.
I have the form here to do.
Is it that bad?
That it's just driving me unprofessional.
Okay.
It's just really like I have so much time for my boss, and he's improved so much compared to what he was like. Honestly, because he had to, because rank were on his back. But if things don't improve, I really will take anything just to get out of the office.
Just explore that one a bit further. If you leave the office and go into another role, how does that look down the road?
I think it'd be great for me personally.
Right.
I do think personally, I'll enjoy the job because I'm out doing Garda work.
Yeah.
What I joined the job for. I've been lied to for a very long time. I think it'd be great to be out and about. A bit terrifying as well. But
change is always awkward.
A change is always awkward. If I won't even know how to turn on the radio. But that's where I'm at. I honestly am like, I'm at the end of my tether.
Okay.
And I love what I'm doing. This is my thing. I love going into work.
I sense from you that you're very passionate about the role that you have.
This is the thing.
And whereas the other alternative that you just highlighted is that it's not really in the offing for you. You take it as an alternative, but it's not really what you want.
Yeah.
So if we get back to what you want.
Yes.
Okay, you've said you're going to talk to your boss.
Yeah.
Have you anything else, any other options that you can, or avenues that you can explore to make this ideal situation a reality?
I think if I sit down with him and just literally say, I think I need to have a chat with him saying, will you stop micromanaging what I'm doing?
Okay.
Just in the nicest possible way. I said, do you not, like a question, and ask him, is there anything I'm doing that you're not happy with? Because I think I'm straight up with him, and I feel that you're micromanaging stuff that I set up.
Yeah.
I set up the PowerPoint for the presentations for each, since they arrived 4 years ago. I set it up. But then when I went to give it 2 weeks ago, he says, I want to see your presentation before you go up. And I want to make sure that's it. And I was like, this is dumb. Like, we have never changed it. So, and nothing's changed, but then he wanted to sit down with me and go through. So I don't understand what's changed, you know?
Okay.
So I think I need to be honest with him, just say, is there anything that's happening that you're not happy with, first of all? And then and if he says, there could be loads, and if he says, and then I'll say to him, well, I'm kind of feeling that you're micromanaging stuff that really doesn't need to be micromanaged, like, and if you could offload the administration to the civilian, that'd be amazing. And if I can then take over an intake and get back into the class.
Okay.
And then I'll have him out. I will have him out if he needs a hand and all that. But I think I need to get back into class. And I think if I say yes, everyone takes an intake, or so he might be. He might.
Okay. So really, it's all about talking to him.
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah.
It's between the two of you. There's no other third party that's going to
No, I think
influence what's going on.
I think if I was to say it to the other staff member, there's a girl in there, and give her work, and I'm telling you, my boss won't even give her work. I'll end up giving her work because I can't look at her doing nothing. But I could do that as well, like.
All right.
But that's still not my role.
Okay.
But I will talk to him about it. I can
All
say to my boss.
Okay.
So that's another option.
So you're going to talk to him?
Yeah.
It seems like you're intent on talking to him, trying to trash it out.
Yeah, I think I do. I honestly think we need to sit down and have a coffee.
Okay.
And
maybe just delineate the roles that you have.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. That's what you said anyway.
I think so. I think that's the only way.
And how likely is this to happen in the immediate future, or what's the time frame for this?
In the next 2 weeks, because the form has to go into traffic and by the 4th.
Okay.
So I need to sit down and have a chat with him.
So you have a deadline that you have to meet with one or the other?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to talk in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay. And when in the next 2 weeks? Have you a specific date in mind where you're working together that you can actually discuss these things with him?
Well, by Friday I'm working up till Friday.
Okay.
So I'll go to by then.
Alright. So if I was to come back to you in a week's time or 2 weeks' time, maybe touch base again?
Yeah.
Are you likely to have that conversation
Yeah,
already?
Yeah, I would, yeah. I would
Okay.
have, yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully got into class by then.
Alright. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll contact you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll have a chat again, we'll meet again like this and just have another chat and see how things are going.
Okay.
And see where we can progress it any further from there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You happy enough with
Yeah.
that now? Have you reached the goal that you laid out at the beginning?
I'm more focused.
Try and get some clarity and
I feel like I need to get back into the classroom. I feel
Okay.
like that's what I enjoy. I love talking to patients. I love getting them over the line.
Right.
And I'm administration. I didn't join the job to be just doing paperwork, so I want to get back in. Yes, I do. I know what I want. I want to get back into class and help them. So that's hopefully that'll happen.
Alright. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Listen, thanks for your time.
No problem.
And I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Cheers.
Best of luck. Cheers.
Thank you.